Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit LaHuertaImports.com for more details. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MikeBFA.
And welcome, friends, into the Powassan Sportsplex for tonight's NOJHL action between the Espanola Paper Kings and the host Powassan Voodoos. You are watching Voodoos hockey here on the front line in Hockey TV, as this is the 10th and final matchup of the regular season between these two teams. Powassan currently with a 5-4 record versus the Espanola Paper Kings. And for both of these teams, it will conclude the regular season portion of the NOJHL schedule. Powassan Voodoos already wrapping up third in the Eastern Conference, knowing that they will host or play against the Hearst Lumberjacks in the first round of the playoffs. And the Espanola Paper Kings already have fourth in the Western Conference and assured a matchup against the Greater Sudbury Cubs. Well, Matt, what a night here, as the billet families will be honored prior to tonight's game.
Yeah, always a special moment when the billets are recognized. They are a huge part of the success of any junior A, major junior hockey club, and you know, these clubs could not operate without the support of the community, and that includes the billet families, and they have billet families all over the, we'll call it the North Bay area, right? They've got billet families here in Powassan, Callender, some in South River. They've got some in North Bay itself. So always nice that they can bring everyone together and put on a nice ceremony for them. Before this begins, why don't we get into our players to watch before tonight's game. Derek, who are you looking at tonight on the Powassan Voodoos side?
On the Powassan Voodoos, it's overage graduating player Nicholas Leotino from Commerce Township, Michigan, coming into his first season with the Voodoos. He was picked up early on in the season. In 40 games, he's got 9 goals, 15 assists, 24 points from the back end, and just a really solid defender for the Powassan Voodoos. And for the Espanola Paper Kings tonight, forward Jack Lyons from Spruce Grove, Alberta, in his first season with the Paper Kings. 11 goals, 16 assists, 27 points in 52 games. A player that gets involved in all of the plays, both offensively and defensively, for the Paper Kings.
All right, and so Derek and I will pause as we will bring you this billet family ceremony live from the Sportsplex.
We'd also like to welcome Jim Bruce, Ray Sagan, and General Manager Chris Dawson. Tonight we call upon our players to present a small token of our appreciation to their hockey and billet moms. Number 3, Jaden Sturge. Number 4, Mitch Wilkie, Kerry James. Number 5, Jake Fullerton, Nancy Fullerton. Number 7, Connor O'Brien, Martha Bernard. Number 8, Lane Service, Jessica Fleming. Number 11, Tucker Shields, Martha Bernard. Number 12, Austin Vassos, Wendy Abdallah for Corey Long. Number 14, Jack Kelly, Wendy Abdallah for Corey Long. Number 15, Nicholas Leontino, Tanya James. Number 16, Kaden Long, Wendy Abdallah for Corey. Number 17, Tyson Risman, Martha Bernard for Christine Hodge. Number 18, Chase Thompson, Amanda Thompson. Number 20, Cameron Lemke, Sue Lemke. Number 21, Michael McLean, Anna Long. Number 22, Mason Rotundo, Kara Rotundo. Number 23, Chase Sturchula, Tanya James. Number 24, Ryan Patrick, Martha Bernard. Number 25, Tyler Moore, Karina Moore. Number 26, Thomas Madsen, Carrie James. Number 27, Bryce Smedham, Aaron Thompson. Number 28, Carson Ricci, Lana Ricci. Number 31, Daniel Durko, Joanne Shepard. And number 33, Cannon Plaza, Joanne Shepard. I want a huge round of applause for these moms.
Just a mention from the organization. The billets are one of the most important things that these young fellows have in hockey. So without you mums and billet moms taking the hand here, we'd be in deep trouble. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the experience. Thank you.
We ask you to rise and remove your hats and join Tim Scarrow for the singing of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Canadian fans in the audience finish the American and then the Canadian anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled land and waving, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all my sons common. Captain Blas est porté l'épée, il se portait la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
And we welcome you back into Powassan Sportsplex after the Billet family, Billet Mothers Appreciation Ceremony before the game. It takes a quality of mothers around the area to take care of these children and make sure that they have a great relationship between the team, the community, and everyone else involved here in Powassan. What a great recognition. I know, in fact, that these billets, they don't do it because they're wanting to make money. They do it because they love the game of hockey and they put the children first, Matt. What a great experience and a great way to recognize the mothers of the billets tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right about they don't do it for making the money. You know, basically what they get is a bit of money to help them with the groceries, but the way that these players eat, that grocery money is used up pretty quickly. So, no, it's certainly because you love the game and you want to help out the local team and you want to give a junior player the experience of what it's like to, you know, be a professional hockey player in some regards, right? Living on your own and trying to mold these young kids into upstanding young gentlemen, and that's exactly what the billet mothers and the billet families do for these teams right across the NOJHL. So a big thank you that goes out not only to them in Powassan, but all the families that take in players every single year right across the NOJHL, because without you, this wouldn't work. It would certainly be a lot more difficult to manage housing for these players. So, with the ceremonies wrapped up, the puck is dropped and the game is underway as it's shot down into the Espanola zone. Immediately, icing is called just 9 seconds into this game. And as Derek alluded to in the pregame show, that these two teams already know their playoff fate. And this one is more for formalities than anything else.
Exactly. This is the 10th meeting between these two teams, with the Voodoos holding a 5-4 edge in the games, but exactly that final game of the regular season. Both teams resting some key players tonight for either side.
And the Paper Kings have control of the puck. They send it towards the net. Save made. Rebound chance, and it's off the body and stopped, and a good save there by Cannon Flageau.
Yeah, starting for the Powassan Voodoos tonight in his 35th game, the native of Littleton, Colorado, Cannon Flageau, a record of 21-9, a .271 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage in his first year here with the Voodoos.
Voodoos win the draw inside their own zone, flipped it around to the near side boards, and played out to the far side with Patrick shoveling it along. Now picked up on the right side for Gazic. He comes in and takes a shot, and that one is knocked away. Now down to the near side. And the Paper Kings are able to get it out. Coming right back into the zone is Patrick. Flips it around to the far side. Kelly will pick it up. He's in the corner battling for the puck there. The pass now down to the line for Little. The shot comes in. Save made. Rebound right on the doorstep. A couple of guys digging away at it, but it's turned aside by Andrew Galton. Out to the neutral zone. Leotino fires it right back in. Up to the blue line, and now the Paper Kings in control. They make their way into the attacking zone, drops the pass back. Guthrie's shot is blocked. It goes into the far side corner for Ricci. He's got control of it, moves it down the right wing side, out to the neutral zone. It's knocked away from his stick. Ricci picks it back up, down the right wing. They've got a 2-1 going, the pass. Save made, rebound chance, he scores. Ricci gets the opening goal, and the Powassan Voodoos lead 1-0.
That's going to be the 6th goal of the season for Carson Ricci. As he reaches for that loose puck, it was all alone in the blue paint, and Ricci takes all of his reach to knock that past the goaltender and make it 1-0 here. 1:35 gone in this opening period, and the Voodoos have a quick lead, almost identical to the way they opened up the game last night against the Greater Sudbury Cubs.
Although that resulted in a 3-2 loss to the Cubs. They are the top team in the West, and the Powassan Voodoos, with that loss, saw their streak climb to 5 straight games. They've also struggled a bit on the offensive side. They haven't scored more than 3 goals in a game in any of these losses. Their best offensive outburst was a 9-3 loss to the Sioux Thunderbirds. That also includes a 4-1 loss to these Espanola Paper Kings. That actually started this 5-game losing streak back on March 5th.
Yeah, it was a rough weekend last weekend in the Western Conference, losing games up again in the Sioux, falling to the Thunderbirds, the Eagles, and then Blind River.
So the Powassan Voodoos do have the 1-0 lead on the goal from Carson Ricci. 2:15 into the game. Plays inside the Powassan zone. They get it cleared up to their blue line, and coming down the ice with it is O'Brien. Driving down the right side, takes a shot, sends it in, and Galton steers it away. Out to the neutral zone, it's Smetham there, and he dumps it back in. Now McDonald has it for the Paper Kings, and they will look to clear the zone as the Voodoos were making a change. They send it down the ice. It is going to be icing called against Espanola. One thing the Powassan Voodoos are looking for is a healthier lineup as they go, hoping not to go limping into the playoffs, as right now they have more than a handful of top names out of the lineup.
Yeah, and last night they got Chase Thompson and Caden Long back into the lineup. Caden Long chipping in with that first goal for the Voodoos last night.
Play on the near side. That's Liam Service, who will be serving his country next year as he plays with RMC. The puck is flipped up and over the glass and out of play. He has committed to playing for the Paladins next year, so it will be fun calling Service's name when he gets into the lineup at Memorial Gardens when they take on the Nipissing Lakers.
Yeah, RMC has been a program that has been evolving over the last couple of years. They edged out the Nipissing Lakers this year for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, even though they did fall out in the first round. But the RMC Paladins program is really improving over the last couple of years.
There's a shot from Little on net, and the glove save is made by Galton, and the rebound picked up by Espanola and cleared out of the zone. They send it all the way down the ice. And Signoretti got in nice and tight to Flageau, but he stops the puck for the save.
Well, let's meet the starting goaltender tonight for the Espanola Paper Kings. The 16-year-old from Bowmanville, Ontario, Andrew Galton, making his 13th appearance for those Paper Kings with a 5-3-1 record, a .346 goals against average, and a respectable .902 save percentage.
Puck picked up behind the net. That's Rotundo. He gets it out to the neutral zone. Through the middle, and Service throws a big hit at the line. I believe they're calling offside, though, on the play, and they are, but Liam Service lined up his opponent Lush and drove into them. And again, these two teams have played 9 times already this season, and there have been some good battles throughout the course of the year between Espanola and the Voodoos. And it's the Voodoos who have control of the puck, moving it into the middle, drops it back to the blue line, shot comes in, and the save is made by Galton.
Well, when you look at the Paper Kings, there's a lot of connections between them and the Powassan Voodoos, and it starts right on the bench as the new GM, Mark Gagnon, is a former assistant coach with the Powassan Voodoos. He's a native of Powassan, and he was on the bench back in 2016-17 when they won that championship under head coach Scott Ray.
Play back into the Voodoos, the Espanola zone with the Voodoos in control of the puck. They try a chance at the far side post, but that did not work. And the puck gets sent to the near side boards. Now picked up behind the net. Back there is Smetham. Centering pass. There's a chance. Deflected and in. Andrew Galton completely lost sight of the puck. And the Voodoos reap the reward from that play. And before the game is 4 minutes old, it's 2-0 Powassan, and a timeout being called by Espanola.
And it's Reese Smetham getting his 26th goal of the season, the native of Ashton, Ontario, in his first season here with the Powassan Voodoos. 42 points in 57 games. Give the Powassan Voodoos that 2-0 lead, and that's one of the things we were expecting from the Powassan Voodoos tonight after that loss to the Sudbury Cubs is a much better start, as they already got 8 shots in the first part of this period. They only capitalized on 16 shots in yesterday's game, recording 7 shots in the first period, then 5 and 4 respectively in the second and third, as the Voodoos look to make an end to the longest losing streak of this season, currently sitting at 5 games.
Never a good time to go on a losing streak as you're marching in towards the postseason, but again, this team has been banged up, so if they can get healthy going into the postseason, that should change their fortunes a little bit, but they definitely have a big task ahead of them with the Hearst Lumberjacks on their radar, and they don't have the home ice advantage in that series. They will play here on Tuesday and Wednesday, March 28th and 29th respectively. Playback underway as it's sent in towards the Voodoo zone, and Flageau again making the easy stop as the puck bounced off the M boards. 15:44 remaining in the first period. 2-0 for the Voodoos. And like we said, they have struggled to score in their last 5 games, but certainly not in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, a couple goals early on is that start that Peter Goulet was looking for out of his Powassan Voodoos team, as they strike quite quick early twice in the 4 minutes already played.
Play back to the line, and now sending in the corner. That's picked up by the Voodoos, and they get it out to the neutral zone. Little kicks it over the blue line. Play to the middle. Thompson with some poke checks in the zone, but the puck is clear. Now Signoretti turns it over. Long gets it. He turns it back over, and the puck is dumped in by Christopoulos, but it will be icing called. Alex Little gets the puck, and he will end the year as the highest single-season scoring defenseman in Voodoos history. 57 points plus whatever he gets tonight to go along with his 20 goals. Those are both single-season records for a defenseman.
Yeah, the Minden, Ontario native still has 1 year of eligibility left to play in the NOJHL, as he is possibility to come back and play for these Voodoos next year.
There's a shot coming in, just goes over the glove of Flageau, sent around to the near side boards. Romalo picks it up, sending it in behind the net. Signoretti has it there. Signoretti trying to dance away from a couple of defenders. He moves into the corner, now down the half boards, flips it back to the right side boards for Romalo. He puts it on net. It's kicked away by his skate, still loose in the area, and as it's touched by the Voodoos, a hook will be called, and we will get our first power play of the game, with the Voodoos sitting for 2 minutes.
Looks like it's going to be call up Tyler Moore going to the box for the Powassan Voodoos, the AP, making his 5th appearance this year. He played for the Scholar Hall Bears during the high school season, as the Powassan Voodoos will take the first penalty of this game, as the Espanola Paper Kings with a glorious opportunity with the man advantage to get back into this game. The Paper Kings coming in, capitalizing on just under 22% of their power play opportunities this year, scoring 53 goals on 243 opportunities. That's good for 5th in the NOJHL's power play.
The Voodoos immediately clear the puck off the draw, and it's the Paper Kings chasing. Ricci and Smetham with the goals already in this game for the Voodoos, but now it's the Paper Kings' turn to try and answer back. Sent around to the near side boards. Down the point, Horgan. Across the blue line to Signoretti. Holding it there on the left side. Now walking into the circle. Takes the shot. That gets blocked off his skate of Little, and Little will clear it out. Little was looking to move it down the ice, but Horgan takes it away from him quickly. Now it's Morrow on the right side at the top of the circle. In towards the half boards, he finds Signoretti at the line across the left side. Now back up high to Signoretti. He switches spots, takes a shot from the left side, and that is wide of the net. But the Voodoos can't clear as Morrow blocks it with his midsection and plays it in the corner. Down low, it's controlled. Now back up high to Horgan. Across the left side, Signoretti walking in. His shot is blocked again. Gets it back to Horgan in the middle. He scores. It might have been deflected on the left side, but either way, with 1:04 into the power play, the Espanola Paper Kings strike back, and it's now a 2-1 game.
And that's Spencer Horgan's 15th goal this season from Bowmanville, Ontario. Fires a wrist shot from the point that makes its way through a screen and will beat Flageau low glove side. And that's what the Espanola Paper Kings needed, was a quick goal on the power play, as they're within 1 now with 13:48 remaining in this opening frame.
And that's something the Powassan Voodoos want to see themselves be better in. 79.5% on the penalty kill coming into this game. Those numbers have to get better if they want a long postseason run. Shot coming in. That one's deflected high. Smetham with it on the near side. Trying to move it along the boards here. And Kelly is able to get it out. And Kelly's going to draw a penalty for draw power play for the Powassan Voodoos, as he was hooked coming out of the zone, but I think they're calling it a slash.
Oh, it was quite the hook, as that's number 21 going off for the Paper Kings.
Green Gordon
going to the box, as he had his hands, or his stick up in the hands of the Powassan Voodoos player as he tried to break out of the zone. So just after the Voodoos gave up a power play goal, they get an opportunity to get one back on their own first power play of this game.
13-12 remaining in the first. Voodoos up 2-1. Got their first power play opportunity of the game right here, though. And as a pass into the middle is blocked by Espanola, the puck is sent down the ice. Voodoos leading 8-3 in shots. and they've been dangerous when they've had control in the offensive zone, but they blow a tire, and now it's Signoretti coming in on the breakaway. Puts it on net, poke check save made by Flasho, but they turn it over again. Signoretti with another opportunity, takes his shot, this one goes high.
Great job there by Flasho to get that paddle of his stick out there to knock the puck off of the attacking Espanola Paper Kings player.
Sent back into the Voodoo zone. I believe that's already 30 seconds at least taken off the clock on the Voodoo's power play. Sent down the ice now. The Voodoos trying to move it forward. It gets sent back up into the neutral zone and all the way into the Voodoo's end. They finally get some momentum moving forward. Here comes Leotino down the right wing side. Leotino going into the corner, flipped it behind the net, plays it around on the near side to O'Brien. Back in the corner looking for Smetham. It skips by his stick. Picked up on the far side, but the Espanola Paper Kings can't clear. It's stopped at the line. Coming in, Leotino takes a shot, and it's deflected wide of the net. Picked up on the near side boards. That is O'Brien. He sends it across the right side. Shot from the sharp angle. They score. Make it 3-1 Powassan, and the power play comes through.
Another great shot from that right wing side as Caden Long, the native of North Bay, Ontario, gets goals in back-to-back game as he now has 10 goals on the season as the Voodoos answer with a power play with their marker of their own to restore their 2-goal lead here. We've played 8 minutes and 24 seconds and we've already got 4 goals on the board as the Voodoos have a 3-1 lead here. What an exciting night and a great start to this game here to end the regular season.
And now how big is that save by Flasho on Signoretti early on in that power play? Signoretti, as icing is called here, Signoretti stole the puck at the blue line, went in on the breakaway, missed that opportunity, and then got a second shot from the slot seconds later and did not capitalize on either of them.
That's what you need. It's time and goaltending that you can get from a player like Flageau with that poke check, setting up an opportunity for the Powassan Voodoos to go back to the other end as the Voodoos move that puck well around the outside, and Long wasting no time with that wrist shot, beating the Espanola goaltender cleanly to the glove hand side.
Out to the neutral zone. Little has control of the puck on the near side. Sent back behind the Voodoos blue line to Shields. Now across to the right side, and it is dumped down. Puck around on the near side. Smetham has it. He flips it back deep into the Espanola zone, and the line will change, and that will allow the Paper Kings to bring it out to the neutral zone. Slapped away by, looked like Lemke on the far side. Lemke back in the lineup tonight after not playing last night. Puck is shot down, and that will be a high stick called against the Paper Kings. So face-off coming up inside the Espanola zone. You know, you talked about the potential for Alex Little to come back next year. Well, he almost didn't come back this year. He went out, he went down south, got into a couple of camps with some major junior teams down there, and decided that Powassan was where he wanted to be. And boy, where would they be without him right now?
Yeah, good look this year. Alex Little doing an excellent job in his second full season with the Powassan Voodoos.
And it's the Voodoos who continue their attack. 5-on-5. They have been pretty dominant so far. It is on the left side, boards to service. Back behind the net for Lemke. Back to service. Oh, what a save by Galton.
Dalton's best save of this game as he's played most of the minutes out of backup in behind the starting goaltender, Creedon Dyke, who's been getting the majority of the time this year for the Paper Kings.
That was a spectacular save, and now a turnover. Chance for Green Gordon is stopped by Flageau, and man, even though the Voodoos lead 3-1 as we're halfway through, it could have been a much different game if not for a couple of big saves on both ends of the ice. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. It's 3-1 Powassan here in the first.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit CanadaCollege.ca/perks for more information.
What a great couple of saves there by Cannon Flageau just before we took that break, as he had to pick up the slack. His defenders giving up that puck, and walking in all alone was the Paper Kings forward, making the initial save, and then the bouncing puck goes off the forward's leg, and Flageau will cover it up. That's the third quality save already out of 6 shots for Cannon Flageau.
And then on the other end, Andrew Galton with a huge save against Liam Service. That was a beautiful opportunity set up right on the left side of the hash marks, and Service had daylight looking at the back of that, back of the net on that opportunity, but Galton went post to post, making a quick save, and we keep this game at 3-1. But the chances on both sides really have been plentiful, but that's nothing new here at the Powassan Sportsplex.
No, and they're playing a wide-open style of hockey. We've seen a couple penalties called for hooking, and when you see those stick infractions, that just means that they're getting outdone with the feet, not moving their feet, and they're using their stick to defend. But we've seen a wide-open hockey game, 4 goals, and it still looked like a lot of more opportunities to come.
Play resumes. Lines drops it back to the blue line. The shot comes in wide of the net. Picked up by Powassan and out to the neutral zone. It is Long, who's got a goal tonight already. Coming in, takes a shot, and that's a blocker save made. Punched away to the near side in the corner. Powassan looking to control. The shot from the left side circle from Long again goes just wide. Now in the far side corner. Couple of players converge there. Pass comes up to the line. Liatino waits. Sends it wide, bouncing puck off the end boards. It's off the back of the net, controlled there by Long. Sending it to the near side. Liatino is there, working his way around the end boards. Liatino looking down the right side, tries to flip it back behind the net, looking for, I thought that was Thompson back there. The puck comes out of the zone, and it's turnover again. Opportunity for Espanola, but another save from Flageau. They've got 7 shots on net tonight, but it seems like all of them have been high-quality shots.
Yeah, and that was our player to watch. Jack Lyons coming in down that left wing side, getting that shot off as he gets to the bottom of the circle, but Flageau staying square to the shooter, making an easy save as he goes into his butterfly and making sure there was no rebound as he holds that onto it for a whistle.
Pass to the near side. McDonald walking in, takes a shot, save made. Loose puck right in front of the doorstep to the left side and cleared away, but not out of the zone. Held there by Seguin. He takes a shot, and another one is stopped by Flageau. At one point, the Voodoos had an 8-2 shot advantage. It's now completely gone the other way. It's 10-8 overall for Powassan, so that makes it a 6-2 advantage right now for the Paper Kings over the last 6 minutes or so.
Yeah, the Paper Kings with a little bit of jump coming out of that media timeout is kind of taking the play over here in this part of the first period. The Voodoos are going to have to find a way to counter and take over the momentum late in this first period.
Voodoos led 2-0, and they turn it over behind the net, but stolen in the slot by Smetham. And he runs into McDonald as he dumps it in. They're going to call icing there. They led 2-0. 2 very quick goals, Ricci and Smetham, within the opening 4 minutes. Then Horgan got one back on the power play for the Paper Kings at 6:12. Then Caden Long answered back on the Voodoos power play at 7:24. And that's where we stand with 8:05 remaining in the first period.
Caden Long putting in an early push to be back in the Dave's Automotive 3 stars of service as he picked up 3rd star honors last night with a goal in the loss to the Sudbury Cubs. He's already got a goal and an assist for the Voodoos, leading all scorers. Connor O'Brien has 2 assists for the Voodoos also. So those two putting in an early push to be in those 3 stars of service this afternoon.
Voodoos got the puck out, but the hard pass comes flying in off a stick and out of play, so they will reset. Caden Long was one of 3 Voodoos players coming into the game sitting at 9 goals. Check that, 4 Voodoos players sitting with 9 goals. So we've talked all season long about the depth scoring of this team. So Caden Long now into double digits. Mitch Wilkie will not be able to join him. He's not in the lineup tonight. Cameron Lemke and Nicholas Liatino are the other two guys who have an opportunity to get into double digits in the goals category for Powassan before the season is over.
Yeah, Caden Long, who has his hometown listed as Astorville, Ontario, coming back after an injury to his shoulder, made a return last night, making an impact early on with a big hit and a goal as he picked up a goal last night and tonight, leading the way so far for the Voodoos as they lead 3-1.
With that goal, Caden Long is the 9th player with at least 10 goals for the Powassan Voodoos this season. There's a chance in net, and Shields puts it in. Tucker Shields on the one-timer, flying through the middle of the zone, and the Voodoos lead 4-1.
Tucker Shields now 26 on the season from Gloucester, Ontario, wasting no time getting that off his stick as he puts it between the legs of Galton, making it a 4-1 goal game here. 7:36 still left in this opening frame from the Powassan Sportsplex as you are watching Voodoos hockey here on Hockey TV and listening to it on the Frontline YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us.
Hard hit on Little as play resumes. Horgan throwing the body around, but the puck is stolen behind the net and a wraparound chance is denied. Little again from the neutral zone. Dumps it down the right wing side. Picked up and cleared out by the Paper Kings, but Little gets it right back quickly on the stick along. Up to Thompson. Thompson gets spun around at the blue line. And the whistle is blown, and I think they're going to call that against Lush.
Looks like
he's going to the box.
It's going to be a kneeing penalty going against Lush. Jonathan Lush of the Paper Kings as he took the legs out from underneath the Powassan Voodoos player, and it's going to be the second opportunity for Powassan with the man advantage as they scored on their first opportunity. So another opportunity here to add a goal in this first period as the Paper Kings bench not happy with that call, and they're showing a little bit of opposition to the officials right in front of them.
The Voodoos have one power play goal already tonight. Espanola comes in with their penalty kill at 80.7%, and a couple of quick chances here right off the draw by the Voodoos, but they can't convert. But they keep the puck alive here inside the Espanola zone. In on the far side corner. Looks like Ricci down there. Check that's Ryan Patrick. Plays it in behind the net. And then the puck gets flipped up out to the neutral zone. Liatino catches it. Over to O'Brien. Back to Liatino. Liatino moving through the middle. Gets around Signoretti. And played to the left side of the zone. Now in the corner, that's Long. Flips it back along the end boards, behind the net. Out to the right side, it's Patrick. Skates to the blue line, just keeps it in. Nope, never mind, didn't keep it in. Offside will be the call against the Voodoos there. 6:11 to go in the first period. Voodoos up 4-1.
And to make things even worse for the Paper Kings, that was a 4-minute penalty giving to Jonathan Lush for that kneeing. So the Voodoos with a glorious opportunity here late in this first period to pick up another power play goal and add to their 3-goal lead already.
Fullerton to the right side, gets it onto the stick of Ricci. In the right side, played behind the net. Back to the right side corner. Walking down to the point, that's Fullerton. Back to the right side. Pass down low. Back up high in the zone. Fullerton with the shot. That one's off a stick and sent into the near side corner. Puck comes out of the zone. Fullerton knocks it down. Gets it back up ahead to Little. Little can't get over the blue line, so pass across to the right, into the middle. Makes a nice move, going right in on net. And the stop is made by Galton. That was Gazic with the opportunity there. He's had a couple of big shifts here and has looked dangerous, but not able to show anything for it just yet.
Yeah, Gazik, another one of those graduating forwards for the Powassan Voodoos, comes over with a ton of speed, and it brings a great offensive game to the Voodoos.
2-on-1 for Espanola going in, but the pass is just behind the lead player, Signoretti, who now goes and takes a hard hit in the corner. And there's a couple of players involved down there now. The officials got the arm up, so somebody's going in the box. Just not sure who yet.
We're going to see a boarding call going against the Powassan Voodoos. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like it's going to be Chase Thompson picking up the penalty for the Powassan Voodoos. So that's going to put an end to the man advantage that they had previously, as they'll play a 4-on-4 for just under 2 minutes. And then the Espanola will have a short power play of their own.
And an interesting confrontation there at the bench with Morrow saying something to the Powassan bench. Morrow actually played for the Powassan Voodoos head coach Peter Goulet last season in the OJHL with the Trenton Golden Hawks. So clearly there's some history there.
So the face-off will come down inside the Powassan Voodoos zone to the glove-hand side of Flageau, as we're going to see 4-on-4 action for some time here. Just can't really tell if it's a minute 41, but we're going to see 4-on-4, so there'll be a lot of open ice for both of these teams.
4:55 remaining in the first period. 4-1 the score for the Powassan Voodoos, but there's 4-on-4 play now, as Derek said, for the next couple of minutes anyway. And here come the Voodoos looking to utilize that extra space. Out to the neutral zone and back into the Powassan end. Sturge with it. Flips it around to the far side. That's Gazic. Looking down his right wing, turns it over. Opportunity there. There's a chance on net save made. Rebound to the right side, and it's cleared away. Now another chance in front of the net, and that one steered aside as well. Nicholas Leotino got his stick in the way at the right side post just in time.
And if there's one area of concern, is that giveaways in the offense or defensive zone for the Powassan Voodoos. Flageau has saved them now 4 times on giveaways. Basically below that face-off dot area.
And you wonder if it's against a team that has a little bit more firepower than the Espanola Paper Kings, this game might already be over. There's been, 6 or 7 of them, like you said? Man, that's something they got to clean up going in the postseason. Here comes Signoretti, sending it on net. And another save made by the goaltender Flageau.
9 saves now for Flageau, but every single save it looks like Flageau has made has come from a high quality scoring shot that has been right in front of him from within that home plate area. 9 saves and at least 8 of them high quality saves. Flageau, the reason why it's still a 3-goal lead for the Voodoos.
Yeah, the Espanola Paper Kings are certainly getting quality looks and some open scoring chances, but Flageau has been great so far. Here comes Ricci. Over the blue line, lost the puck. And now it's sent down the other way. 3:16 remaining in the first period. And just a couple of seconds or so remaining on the Espanola penalty. That one is over now. And now the Paper Kings have a 10-second 5-on-4, which is now over. So we're back to 5-on-5 play with 3:45 to play in the period. Thompson moving the puck down the right wing side. He's got some speed going in. He's got Kelly with him. Kelly gets the pass and he scores. Jack Kelly does not miss. And it's another 2-on-1 rush that ends in a goal for Powassan.
Yeah, Jack Kelly wasting no time again, getting that puck on his stick as Chase Thompson with a great sauce pass across on that 2-on-1, and Kelly picks up his 17th goal of the season. from Maddock, Ontario, and that's going to spell the end of the night for Andrew Galton, as coming in now for the Paper Kings is Creedon Dyke, making his 19th appearance for Espanola, coming in with a 7-4 record with a .344 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. But it's 5-1 Powassan Voodoos. The Voodoos have really exploded here in this first period, putting 5 goals past Andrew Galton, and the Voodoos looking to put an end to that 5-game losing streak.
Doing it in the best way possible, right? This is more than you could have asked for, especially as you're getting amped up and getting ready to go into the postseason. This is exactly the type of game you want to have. And the offense is coming from all over the ice. I mean, Tucker Shields got a couple of points on the night with 2 assists. Reese Metham has 2 points already tonight, a goal and assist. Caden Long the same. Connor O'Brien with 2 assists. And we'll get the official word on that last goal as well, but it is Jack Kelly, and Chase Thompson will get an assist on the goal. But you said Jack Kelly with his 17th goal of the season to go along with 17 assists. I think he's had a sneaky good season. Just another really good depth piece on the offensive side for this Powassan Voodoos club.
Yeah, another player that was added early on in the season from GM Chris Dawson, making some excellent moves to make sure that he has a team that has some depth that might make a long playoff run.
And they know it will be the Hearst Lumberjacks that they will match up against in the first round. Shot in towards Flageau. He leaves it in front of the net. Picked up behind the net and sent down the right wing side. Shoveled along the right side boards. Coming into the zone, offside though.
And you saw the referees over talking to both benches after that last goal, and I was wondering if it had a little bit something about some animosity between the two teams, as Chase Thompson had some words with the Espanola bench on his way back after that goal, as they did not like his boarding penalty, and then right as soon as they come out of the box, he sets up that 2-on-1 with Jack Kelly, and then had some words with the Paper Kings bench on the way back.
There's a hard hit on the far side boards. Gazic ends up with the puck and sends it out through the right side to Patrick. He overskates the puck. Lush has it, then he gets hit, and now hit hard from behind. Head first into the boards was Mason Rotundo. He gets up, he looks to be okay, and that looks like it's going to be another penalty coming against the Espanola Paper Kings. But man, Mason Rotundo, you want to impress here because you are going into your OHL draft year if you're Mason Rotundo, but you can't afford to take hits like that.
Yeah, that's a tough hit to take, and that was Atlee Gringordon picking up his second penalty, this time a charging call with 1:28, and the Powassan Voodoos with a 5-1 lead, and really would like to put another one here on the power play and take care of those opportunities they get with the man advantage. Power plays are going to be key in the playoffs against the Hearst Lumberjacks.
Pass to the left side. Leotino's open. The shot coming in goes wide of the net. Puck sent down the ice. It's a foot race to it. And O'Brien wins that race, and just a very smart play. Just touches it along the boards to slow the momentum down and keep it outside of the defensive zone. Now it's Leotino sending it in, and that one's turned aside. I wonder if Leotino's got that number 9 on his mind, saying, I'd love to end the season with 10 goals. Here's O'Brien, though, winding up, firing, and just wide. Rebound to left side. Leotino's wide open, and his shot off the blocker. Rebound chance, another save, as Dick is all over the ice right now in the crease, making some fantastic saves. It's in the far side corner now. Being pulled down is Patrick. The puck is sent around to the near side. Leotino shovels it back along to Long. It's sent to the far side. Up high in the zone. Patrick walking forward, back into the corner, trying to move it in the middle. Long is there. He's got it behind the net. Back to the top. Shot comes in. That is off a body, picked up by O'Brien on the near side. O'Brien waits, has it at the blue line, tries to feed it. Down low in the zone, as coming in behind the play was Patrick, but he couldn't connect to him. And now it's another opportunity. Leotino with a quick snapshot, but that one goes wide of the net. 5 seconds. It was 0.5 seconds to go, and we run out of time in the first period. So the Powassan Voodoos will carry some of that power play time over into the second period. But man, it could be a rough one physically if things don't settle down. But the Powassan Voodoos get 5 goals on Galton. Goaltender change. Creedon Dick comes in, makes a couple of big stops there on that power play to end the first period. But the Voodoos are ahead by 4. It's 5-1.
Yeah, a great period for the Voodoos, who are looking to make an end to that 5-game losing streak. Strike for 5 goals in that first period, but emotions starting to heat up as more words being exchanged at the end of that first period. And we'll have to wait and see if that results in anything in the second and third period. But when we come back in about 14 minutes, Matt Sukram and I, Derek Lindemann, will be back for more Voodoos hockey here on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast.
Extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And welcome back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as it's the Powassan Voodoos leading the Espanola Paper Kings by a score of 5-1. 5 different scorers in that first period for the Voodoos as Carson Ricci kicked things off with his 6th of the season at the 1:35 mark of the first period. And then Reese Smitham made it 2-0 at 3:53 before the Espanola Paper Kings got on the board. Spencer Horgan getting the Paper Kings' only goal of the first period. And then the Voodoos struck for 3 more as Caden Long, Jaden Sturge, and Jack Kelly put the Voodoos up 5-1 after 1 period of play. Little bit of roughness happening at the end of the period as the officials having words with the benches before this second period started, Matt, and just interested to see how emotions will fare here in this middle frame.
Yeah, I think that'll be a big thing to watch in this second period for sure as things got very heated towards the end of the period. So, we begin with Powassan on the power play. Lemke over the blue line, gets the shot in. It's off the glove of Dick and then rolled away to the far side. Play still alive inside the Espanola zone. Voodoos controlling it behind the net. They play it up high to the blue line. The pass towards the middle is blocked, and now Peters Davey has it for Espanola and dumps it all the way down the ice. Big ricochet off the end boards, and it's picked up by the Voodoos. They play it down the right wing side. Gazic coming in on the right wing. Goes towards the corner, then plays the hit instead of the puck, and that allows Espanola to get it out. Sturge with it. Sends it back in. Picked up on the near side by Thompson. Chase Thompson behind the net. Skating to the left side, drops it back in along the end boards. Picked up on the right side, plays it to Liatino. His shot comes in, deflected by Thompson, but it's a pad save made by Dick. Puck is picked up by Espanola, and they will skate it through the zone and dumping it down the ice. It is stopped by Flageau, and he holds on to it for the stoppage in play as Sam Verbonak got nice and tight in on him. Sam Verbonak, I believe, got the rookie skate treatment in the warm-ups.
Started the season, played the season with the Huntsville Otters of the Junior C League, a team that GM Mark Gagnon very familiar with as he was the GM and head coach of the Huntsville Otters up until this year where he took over the Espanola Paper Kings starting off as the GM and is now joined as one of the assistant coaches also on the bench as Gagnon doing double duties for the Paper Kings.
Kyle Den Oden was also with Huntsville last year. He actually started the season here in Powassan before being sent down to Huntsville. So like you said, a couple of familiar names in that Huntsville area that have made their way to Espanola for the 22-23 season.
Well, up until this year, the Huntsville Otters was always a feeder system for the Powassan Voodoos, and they separated their ties this year as Gagnon went up to Espanola.
Save made there by Flageau, and this is, I think the start the Paper Kings were looking for. Kill off the penalty, and then start attacking the crease. You know, they've had some quality chances tonight. You can't knock them for that. The fact that they're down by 4 goals is just a matter of Powassan taking advantage of their opportunities versus Espanola running into a hot goaltender at the right time.
Exactly. It's Flageau that's keeping this Espanola Paper Kings off the score sheet.
Burley's shot goes in high. Rebound out to the slot. Another shot comes in. Turn aside. A third opportunity. It's turned away as well. Service gets it out to the neutral zone. Shot right back in by Christopoulos. Chasing that one behind the net is the Voodoos Rotundo, and a big collision in front of the net. 2 Paper Kings collide, and the Voodoos go down the ice with the puck. Little tries to pass it to the far side, but that's blocked, and now Signoretti with a chance going the other way. He's got Morrow with him, and he takes the shot, and that goes wide. Bit of a comedy of errors there with teammates running into each other, passes not being made, and coaches probably throwing their hands up in frustration at the play on the ice.
It's just all over the place, and this time the referee almost taking a tumble in behind the net also.
Gazic coming down the right side, takes a shot, crossing up the goaltender Dick, going from his right side to the stick side, and it's flipped up, brought back down, and now played behind the net as the Paper Kings will clear it out of the zone. Brought forward again, Long trying to get it over the line. That one's turned aside, and it's cleared again by the Paper Kings. Now Sturge chasing the puck. Guthrie on him. Gets the puck to the far side, and now to the middle of the neutral zone. Turned the other way by Espanola and shot right back in by Powassan. In behind the net, it's Lush. Plays it to the far side boards. Guthrie tries to get it out. That's blocked. He's got a second chance, and he gets it out to Green Gordon. Now that one is knocked away, and that one was a very good play by Leotino to break up what could have been a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Leotino getting a good bat on the puck, and even better by knocking that out over the glass. As for sure, the Paper Kings would have been a 2-on-1 with Leotino being the only defender back, as a good break gets done there by the Powassan Voodoos. That face-off coming right in front of our broadcast area just outside the Voodoo zone.
That was Lush and Green Gordon. That would have been going in on a 2-on-1. Would have been a tall task for Flageau, but he's made 14 saves already tonight. In the neutral zone, Gazic, check that. That was Tyler Moore that had the puck. Got stopped, and now it's Powassan going the other way again. Here comes Service down the right wing side. Tried to play it in front of the net. That one stopped. Moore picks it up. Looking to play it to the right side corner. It's Service there again. Service going in behind the net. Plays it in front to Lemke. And Dick is there to make the stop.
Service has shown a lot of speed here in the last two games that I've seen him play here at the Powassan Sportsplex. This time using it to take the defender wide and trying to cut it to the net. Unfortunately not able to solve the goaltender, Creedon Dyke, who came in late in that first period after starter Andrew Galton gave up 5 goals as Dick replaced him with 2:40 remaining in that first period of play.
We talked about Liam Service before. He is committed to the RMC Paladins next year. And does he not fit the mold of the type of player they draft? Quick, speedy, utilizes his hands, and no quit.
He'll look good wearing that red and white jersey of the Paladins next year.
Here's an opportunity. Shot comes in off a stick. Deflected out of play. 15:49 to go in the second period. It is a 5-1 lead for the Powassan Voodoos.
Powassan will open up their playoffs next Saturday. The 25th will be up in Hearst on Saturday, Sunday for games 1 and 2 before returning back here to the Sportsplex for games 3 and 4, which will be taking place on the 28th and 29th of March, which could be an interesting series.
There's a shot, goes in off the post. Back out in front, and Patrick cannot bury it.
That puck getting tipped down and going off the inside of the post nearest the broadcast area and right back out as Dyke have to be in alert to cover up on that rebound. But getting back to that Hearst series, Hearst only facing the Powassan Voodoos 4 times this year as they split the series evenly down the middle, 2 wins and 2 losses. So it could set up perfect for the Powassan Voodoos in the first round.
Playback underway as the Voodoos have the puck cleared, and it's sent right back into the Espanola zone. 4-goal lead, but the Voodoos keeping the pressure on. And now Espanola with a chance, though. Christopoulos towards the front of the net, and that one's turned aside. To the point, McDonald's shot comes in, and Flageau controls that one and makes the save.
Taking a look around the NOJHL tonight, 4 other games on tap, one of them with playoff implications, and that is in French River as the Rapids currently leading the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners by a score of 3-1, and if French River holds on, they will clinch that 4th and final playoff spot and taking it on the Timmins Rock in the first round of the Eastern Conference. Elsewhere in Cochrane tonight, the Thunderbirds trail the Crunch by a score of 2-1. That going halfway through the second period, and I'll get you up to date in the next whistle of the rest of the 2 games.
as play continues again. Espanola controlling it in the neutral zone. They dump it in right towards Flageau, and he holds on to it just long enough for the whistle to get blown.
The other two games, the first one up in Hearst tonight, it's the Blind River Beavers leading the Lumberjacks 2-0 late in the first period, and the other game sees the Elliott Lake Red Wings leading the Sioux Michigan Eagles by a score 4-2. That's through 2 periods of play. So the Hearst Lumberjacks, who will be the opponent of the Powassan Voodoos, trailing currently in their game as they all wrapping up the regular season this evening.
In behind the net. Looks like Leotino back there trying to move it out. In the far side corner, the puck comes back around to the near side and out to the neutral zone. Carrying it in is Thompson, drops it back. The shot from Patrick is stopped. Long with a chance at the right side. That one's wide of the net. Ricci picks it up, flips it in behind the net. Back to the point. That's Ricci again. Shot coming in just wide. Fullerton pinching in. Flips it around the boards. Moore is there. He can't hold the puck. And with 6 minutes gone in the period, the Paper Kings clear it out. No goals to this point of this period, as it is taken down the ice by Service with some speed. Going into the corner, tries to flip it back. Now Moore behind the net. Service as well. Switches spots with Moore. Again, Service in control. To the point. Little sends it in, deflected away. On the near side boards, it's picked up by the Paper Kings and cleared. Lush out to Gringorton and dumped down the ice. Little with it for the Voodoos. Stops behind the net, sends it down the left wing boards. Horgan with it, walking in, shot save made. Big, huge rebound out to the neutral zone, and it's Little who's got it on a 2-on-1. Feeds it to the left side, back across, and the stop is made. Now a shot from the point, and that one's denied as well, as Creedon Dick is able to deny a couple of good chances there. Now another one coming in, and Smetham is turned away. And that one is sent out of the zone.
Maybe one too many passes as Smetham tried to give that back to Alex Little on that 2-on-1 as it got broken up in the Espanola Kings zone.
O'Brien coming in on the right wing to Smetham. He tried a nice little backhanded pass into the slot, but O'Brien was just a little bit behind the play, so that didn't pay off. But he tries it again. This time it's Shields who gets the puck, but Shields' stop is blocked, and it's sent down the ice again.
Really good pace in this second period as there hasn't been many whistles.
Hasn't been many whistles, hasn't been any goals, but there's an opportunity there. And I don't know how Flageau stopped that one, but he did. And the secondary chance goes off his blocker and out of play.
Yeah, I almost thought for a moment after I said that there hasn't been many whistles, I saw the mesh get knocked up from underneath, and it was just the butt end of the stick of Flageau. But Flageau making a couple of big saves again. 18 saves on the night for the Voodoos. Goaltender has a couple more slashes being exchanged as Leotino mixing things up with McDonald on the way to the bench. Going unnoticed from the referees, but the face-off going to come to the glove-hand side of goaltender Flageau when play gets back underway.
The Voodoos haven't won since March 4th. That was a 3-2 win over the Paper Kings right here at the Powassan Sportsplex. The last time they had at least 5 goals in a game was the game before that win. It was a 6-5 win over French River in French River. So it's been some time coming for the Powassan Voodoos to explode like this on the scoreboard. And with 11:45 to go in the second period, they are in control. But this Paper Kings team has had their chances, and they are making the Voodoos really earn their ice time here in the second period. There's a collision in the middle of the Voodoo zone, and now everybody is throwing cross checks at
Chase Thompson.
And then Morrow, who was the player that got hit, went after Thompson without his stick. He went all the way down the ice. And now Christopoulos is right in front of the Voodoos bench, and he's jawing at a couple of players there.
Yeah, he
then
followed Thompson right to the bench area.
And then he threw his hand up in the face of Liatino, I believe, over there. Check that, Fullerton. So you wonder what the officials are going to assess here. And we said, cooler heads that kind of prevailed up until this point. They started the period down by a man, and then after that, it's just been kind of smooth sailing with both teams really utilizing their speed. But now, after that hit, the animosity has returned.
And the funny thing is, well, not funny, but it's Chase Thompson that has been at the center of a lot of this controversy. He was the one that got called for the boarding penalty back in the first period.
That's right.
As soon as he came out, he got an assist on the goal from Jack Kelly and a little bit of jawing on his way back to the bench, and it's just been carrying over. And a lot of the coaching staff, both coaches, not happy with how things have carried on. And I would be interested enough to see if that's not going to be more than a 2 or a 5 for Paul Christopoulos. That almost deserving of maybe even just a 10-minute misconduct as he followed the players right back to the bench area, almost following Thompson right onto the bench itself.
Now, I didn't see the initial hit by Thompson. Was it a clean hit or was it a questionable hit? Did anyone see it?
It was behind the play. The puck was over here. It was just out of my sight line, so I'm really not sure
from a distance,
what the hit was.
It kind of looked like two guys just going across each other, but nobody really happy with the call right now as the coach for the Paper Kings still standing at the door wanting to talk to the official. No time up on the board. The Paper Kings only with 3 players out on the ice, now with a 4th, but there's no penalty up on the board, so they're going to be 5-on-5.
Yeah, it's going to be 5-on-5.
I'm pretty sure that's all he got was a 10-minute misconduct, and that, to me, would be the right call going against Christopoulos.
Wow, okay. Well, with 11:35 to go, 5-1 Voodoos lead. And the Voodoo Kings were really pressing before that play happened. Like you said, Flageau made a couple of big stops on that last sequence.
And just when we thought things were calming down and skating, he started to go. It'll be interesting to see the next time Chase Thompson touches the ice for the Powassan Voodoos.
Yes, I have to agree with that. Sent into the Paper King zone as Romalo has it behind the net. Gives it up to Signoretti. Down the left wing side, Signoretti lost control of the puck a couple of times there. Picks it back up in the far side corner, makes his move to the middle of the zone, tries to get through a bunch of white shirts, but he could not get through all of them. And now it is the Voodoos bringing it forward over the blue line. They're playing in the middle, gets stopped, and now it's Lush on the counterattack. Down the left wing side, drops it back to Romalo. He gets knocked into the boards, and the puck gets kicked out of the zone. Gazic is knocked down by Green Gordon. And now it's Lush going the other way. Offside is the call. And now we're going to watch what Green Gordon does with Gazic. Actually, it looks like Connor O'Brien that got in Green Gordon's face after the whistle. But it definitely was Gazic that got knocked down by Green Gordon on that play.
And the strange thing is this started out coming into tonight, I'm thinking this is a meaningless game for both teams. Last game of the regular season. These two teams cannot meet until the NOJHL championships, and it's going to be highly unlikely that both of these teams match up. So what were the percentages of a game like this occurring? Slim to none, but yes, we got what we're seeing here.
Gazic couldn't keep the play alive in the zone. Pass across to the far side as Espanola tries to regroup. They send it up ahead to Lines. Coming in, takes a shot off a screen. It goes off the mask. And then off to the far side. Slap shot from the point. That gets stopped, and then it's deflected over the glass and out of play. But you're right, Derek. I think it's just a fact of the matter that they have faced each other 9 times. Yeah. This one being the 10th. And it's just like, okay, we're already sick of these guys. I mean, you don't even face a team in the playoffs 10 times, right? It's 7-game series is as far as it can go.
And even if you go all 7 games with Hearst, that's only 11 total games in the season.
That's
so
right.
That's one more than what you've seen this Paper Kings team.
There's a shot towards the net. And Flageau had to make a juggling act save there. And now the Voodoos on the counterattack in front of the net too. And there, one player's taken down. That's Thompson on the ice. McDonald is throwing the gloves at him, or is throwing the fists at him with his gloves coming off. Thompson is just trying to shield himself. I don't think Thompson wanted any part of that fight. I mean, his gloves aren't even off. And McDonald is incensed.
And that's exactly what we were thinking was going to happen, was something like this would occur the next time Chase Thompson got on the ice, and McDonald basically just took a run and started jumping on top of Chase Thompson in the corner.
Wow, 9:49 to go. I think we will take our break unless there's anything getting called here.
Well, there's going to be penalties. We'll have to wait and see exactly what it is and who's going to come out. The referee didn't waste much time at the penalty box, and it's going to be a power play for the Powassan Voodoos, and it will be right back to action, so no break here yet from the Powassan Sportsplex.
So, yeah, Chase Thompson is being looked at by the trainers. Looks to be okay, but, again, out of the corner of my eye, I mean, the puck was on the near side here, and I just heard the roar of the crowd going.
I thought,
So what happened is he hit him in the corner, and then McDonald just grabbed on him and just kind of like wrestled him down and started throwing punches.
Once he got the helmet off.
Yeah.
And again, Thompson's gloves never came off in that entire sequence.
7-minute penalty for the Powassan Voodoos power play.
Thompson didn't swing or anything at all during that whole exchange.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. No announcement here yet, but the Voodoos will have a 7-minute power play here late in the second half of this period.
They lead by 4, and it could be a lot more depending on how this next 7 minutes goes. Little to the right side, Gazic in behind the net. Back up high to Fullerton. Fullerton to the right side to Lemke. Now behind the net. Back out to Lemke. Lemke with the shot into the glove of Dick, and he holds on to it for the stoppage and play. And, you know, the Paper Kings, they have really turned things around with Dick in net. Not to say that Galton wasn't good. I mean, he made some outstanding saves, but the Paper Kings just gave up way too much space and way too many odd man rushes for Galton to really do anything about that. They've tightened up everything since Dick has come into the game.
Yeah, Paper Kings totally look like a different team, especially in the second. Other than those altercations, they started skating, moving the puck around, getting a few good chances offensively.
There's a chance. Dick with another save, and it's cleared down the ice. Big moment in this game for the Paper Kings. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that they started to create a few opportunities offensively on their own and not just off of turnovers that the Voodoos were giving the pucks away to.
Little to Gazic down the right side. Drops it back. Shot coming in. Save made. And Dick smothers the puck on any rebound chance for the Voodoos.
And we'll have to wait and see after that altercation if that's going to be the end of it, because it seemed to be Chase Thompson was the centerpiece and the main reason for all that altercation, and he's making his way back to the players' bench now after being looked at by the trainer. He's going to make his way down in front of everyone, so he's back on the bench. So I don't think Thompson really getting any penalties out of that altercation at all.
8:40 to go in the second period. There's a shot from the slot. Long stick comes barreling out of his hands there. I thought his stick broke, but still looks to be in one piece. There's a collision on the left side of the zone in the Voodoos end, but O'Brien and Signoretti skate away from each other. Now O'Brien down the right side, plays it to the half board. Smetham's there, goes to the middle of the zone, and the Paper Kings will clear it out, sending it down the ice right towards Flageau. They will be shorthanded for another 5 minutes and change here, with 8:07 to go in the second period. And there's another penalty coming up against the Paper Kings. And if I'm the Voodoos, I just let them touch it here.
well, you got 5 minutes, so why not try and get something with the extra attacker out first?
That's true, yeah. Sent around to the far side. That's O'Brien. To the point. That's Moore. Now to Patrick walking down. Takes a shot. Save made. And it's touched by Signoretti. Slash will be the call.
Even with the result, you're still going to have a full 2-minute 5-on-3 opportunity after that penalty has occurred, as goaltender Flageau making his way back to the box, but it's Signoretti getting called for that slash as Caden Long was down the runway headed towards the dressing room. He's getting looked at now by the trainer after getting that slash. They're looking at that shoulder that he suffered just coming back from injury with, so hopefully that will not be a long-lasting injury for him again.
And Long already with a couple of points tonight. Now Gazic feeds it down low, back into the middle for Gazic. Didn't have a lane to shoot, so he gets it back up high to Fullerton. Or check that to Little. Little to the left side to Ricci. Ricci gives it back to Gazic. Plays it down low. Back in the slot. And the deflection is just high. Kelly with it now, who's got a goal as well tonight. He goes in the half boards. Plays it up high to Little. Back to the right side to Ricci. Ricci to the right side of Service. Back to the middle. The shot scores. Alex Little with his 21st of the season. And it's 6-1 Powassan.
And a power play goal for the Powassan Voodoos as Alex Little from Minden, Ontario gets his 21st of the season, finishing off some excellent passing by the Powassan Voodoos as he beats Dyke to the high blocker side, and it's now 6-1 for the Powassan Voodoos. 7:09 still left in this second period, and there's still just over 4 minutes left in the major being assessed to was assessed to the Espanola Paper Kings McDonald.
Right, so they get the goal on the 5-on-3, and now it's continuing for a 5-on-4 here. Like you said, for another 4 minutes or so and change. Again, you've heard this all season long. We cannot see the seconds of the power play clock, so it's all a guess from this point, but they're down to 3 and a bit now. There's a shot coming in. 350 I hear from Randy Blake. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he should be back out at 2:51. 6:44. So Liam McDonald picked up a 2-minute minor for instigating and being the aggressor, 5 minutes for fighting, and Chase Thompson got nothing in that excursion, and Liam McDonald also picking up a game misconduct. So McDonald getting penalized 7 minutes as Chase Thompson didn't receive anything at that time.
And Alex Christopoulos still in the box for his unsportsmanlike conduct that he took at the 8:25 mark.
That's when, he was following Chase Thompson to the bench in that one.
Yeah. 6:27 to go in the period. 6-1. Voodoos lead. Again, the last time they had 6 goals in a game was back on March 1st in a 6-5 win over the French River Rapids. They've won 1 game since then, so that's been the bread and butter of the Powassan Voodoos this season. Is they've got guys that can score, and they seem to score in bunches, but it's spreading that talent out over the course of consecutive games as another shot comes in and it's stopped by Dick. I mean, they've had some lengthy winning streaks, but they've also had quite a few losing streaks this season as well.
But now would be the time to go on a good winning streak as playoffs set to open up next Saturday. Finishing off that last scoring play, Little picking up the power play goal. Chase Thompson and Carson Ricci picking up assists on Little's 21st of the season.
And as we mentioned, Little will finish this season as the highest scoring defenseman in a single season for the Powassan Voodoos. His 20 goals coming into the game were already a record, and so were his 57 points, and he'll add 1 to each of those columns on that last goal. Now Fullerton at the line to the right side with 2 minutes remaining in this major penalty, or this major power play for the Voodoos. As Service controls it in the corner, sends it down to Fullerton. Fullerton's shot comes in. That's blocked in front by his own teammate inadvertently as Moore got in the way. Fullerton to the left side. Little walking in, takes a shot, it's deflected high, off the roof, and play will be called. And I think it's telling that the Powassan Voodoos have the personnel they have out there on the power play right now, with Moore as an AP call-up out there. Service doesn't get a ton of power play time, but he's out there as well. And so head coach Peter Goulet, knowing they've got a 5-goal lead, trying to get those guys some extra ice time to see if there's something that he can see in his tactics as they head into the postseason.
Exactly. Good idea by Goulet to get everyone involved in this game.
In behind the net, Lemke has it. To the right side, Shields. Back behind the net, Lemke again. To the right side, back up high. The shot coming in from Liatino is stopped, and the save is made. But also, the fact that you have 7-minute power play probably means you're not going to send the same 10 guys out there for the same 7 minutes, right?
No, you want to basically start with your power play unit and end with your power play unit. You want to make sure that you can get some cohesion between the 5 players that are going to be your main power play unit for the for the playoffs. You want to make sure that they're clicking and have everything intact before the playoffs get underway next Saturday.
Under 2 minutes now on the power play. There's about 1:58 when the puck was dropped. In behind the net, it is Little, and he'll hold it back there. Again, you're also wondering if you're going to be able to get guys like Chase Stritchaluk, Matthew McMillan, Cameron Lemke back in the lineup for the postseason. And those are guys that log big minutes. Voodoos back on the attack in the zone. Service has it on the left side. Back up high at the blue line. That's Rotundo. Takes a shot, save made as it's kicked to the far side. Lush battling with Moore. And the puck comes to the middle of the zone. O'Brien looking for it. A couple guys taking a whack at it, and then Dick has to turn that one aside. Moore into the corner for O'Brien. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Up high to Fullerton. Fullerton takes a shot, and the save is made by Dick with 3:40 to play in the period and a 6-1 Powassan lead.
Yeah, Voodoos now have fired 35 shots towards the Paper Kings goal as they've been busy down in that end, and Dick has been looking excellent as he's having some words with some of the fans in the corner there as he's getting involved both on and off the ice, it looks like.
There's a shot, and Dick makes another save. I was trying to see who the fans were. You've got some players that are along the boards there, so that could be who he's talking or jawing at, right?
Could be, but you got to notice that nice-looking banner, though, in the corner. The Frontline Broadcast done an excellent job this year covering the Powassan Voodoos. Been at every home game, doing an excellent job calling the action on Hockey TV.
Service with it from the far side, going in behind the net. Back up high to Fullerton, across to the left side. Ricci with it, sends it in towards the front of the net, and that one is stopped and cleared out of the zone as we enter the final stages of the power play for the Powassan Voodoos. Now Service back in on the right wing side. Flips it along the end boards. Gets it to the stick of Moore. Plays it up high to Ricci. Shot coming in, deflected. That goes high. Stays in play off the glass. And that will end the power play. So for the first time in 7 minutes, the Paper Kings will have 5 men on the ice. And the Voodoos were only able to get the 1 goal. And that came when they had the 5-on-3. Peters Davey moves it out of the zone, dumps it down the ice. Liatino will play it off the stick of Flageau. Liatino almost gave the puck away in the zone, gets it back, and it's sent through the neutral zone to O'Brien, coming in on the 2-on-1, feeds it to the middle, there's a chance, backhanded stop is made by the goaltender Dick as he denies Smetham of a goal.
Shots in the second period, 23-9 for the Powassan Voodoos.
Another one coming in. That one's in and out of the glove. Pinching in is Sturge. His shot is blocked. O'Brien tries to follow that one up. He recoils and brings it back to the blue line. Tries to get the pass to the far side. That's blocked, and now Peters Davies out with Lines. Lines holds the line to get in on side. The puck comes through the legs. Rebound chance, and that one's off the blocker of the goaltender, Flageau. Another shot coming in from the sharp angle. Shot from the circle is blocked. And the Voodoos doing everything they can right now to keep that puck away from their own net. And as the puck stays against the boards, the officials will just blow the play dead. A couple of big stops there by Flageau as the Paper Kings get back to 5-on-5, and we will go to our break. We'll be right back.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
And we're back with a minute 23 left in this second period. Powassan now with a 6-1 lead as they've added one more goal here in the second period. That was Alex Little picking up his 21st of the season on that 5-minute major power play. And it's been an interesting period to speak of. 2 penalties really only in that period. First one was Christopoulos picking up a 10-minute misconduct, and then McDonald picking up a lengthy penalty, causing the Voodoos to have a 7-minute power play and the game misconduct for McDonald. So the Lakers 40-22 are the shots with a minute 23 left. It'll be interesting to see how this remainder of this second period finishes off, as the Voodoos have controlled most of the play since that, I was going to say media timeout, but since the midway mark of the second period.
Well, and as Derek, as you mentioned, the Frontline broadcast bringing you the games all season long. If you've enjoyed what you've been hearing, you can certainly sponsor us over on our Patreon page. We'd certainly appreciate it and would really help us keep things going into the postseason and into next year as well. And we're not done for this weekend. This is the third broadcast this weekend, and we've got a Sunday game coming up as we'll head back to North Bay, emanating from Memorial Gardens, as the North Bay Battalion will look to clamp down on a Central Division title. They will be in action tomorrow. Puck drop at 2 p.m. The broadcast begins just before that, right here on the Frontline broadcast, presented by Average Joe's. Playback underway. Patrick in front, and the deflection just goes wide. Lemke racing in, got the stick on it, but redirected it just wide of the net. 30 seconds to go in what's been an entertaining period. Maybe not if you're the coaching staffs of these teams, but Lush sending it forward. Knocked away by Leotino, I believe there. Sent around to the far side and now out to the neutral zone. It's Service bringing it down the right side. Goes to the middle. Whoa, and a collision there. More to the left side. The shot stopped. Rebound chance, and they can't bury it. Kelly had a wide open cage to put that puck in, but just couldn't do it. As the buzzer goes, the Voodoos narrowly avoid making it a 7-1 lead, but they will happily skate away, adding a goal, and they lead 6-1 after 40 minutes of play.
Yeah, the Powassan Voodoos coming into this period with a 5-1 lead only adds one more goal, as Alex Little, like I said, picked up his 21st of the season, but still 20 minutes here from the Powassan Sportsplex as the regular season draws to a close. The Powassan Voodoos already know they will be facing the Hearst Lumberjacks in the Eastern Conference semifinal, set to open up next Saturday up in Hearst. They will return home for games 3 and 4 on March 28th and 29th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, the following week. But for the next 14 minutes, you've been watching Voodoos hockey here on the Frontline and also on Hockey TV. For Matt Trucrum, I'm Derek Lindeman. We'll be back in 14 minutes with the conclusion of tonight's game.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canador's alumni office. Visit canadorcollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sucrum, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we're back inside the Powassan Sportsplex, where the Powassan Voodoos lead the Espanola Paper Kings by a score of 6-1 after 2 periods of play. 20 minutes left here in this final regular season game for both the Powassan Voodoos and the Paper Kings. I am Derek Lindemann, joined by Matt Sukum, as we have the final 20 minutes of the NOJHL season coming up. As the Voodoos come back to the ice, let's take a quick look around the NOJHL tonight. The only game with playoff implications in Prince River tonight, as the Rabbits have defeated the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners by a score of 4-2. So with that, the Rabbits have clinched that 4th playoff spot and will play against the Timmins Rock in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Elsewhere, the Cochrane Crunch and Sioux Thunderbirds are deadlocked at 2 midway through the 3rd period. Also midway through the 2nd, and tied at 2, the Hearst Lumberjacks and the Blind River Beavers. And then you have the Elliott Lake Red Wings leading the Sioux Michigan Eagles by a score of 5-2, as we're just moments away from the puck drop here to finish up the regular season. Well, Matt, we've seen a little bit of undisciplinary action in that 2nd period, and we'll be interested to see if any of that carries over in this 3rd period.
Yeah, and I was just trying to make sure that it was still Creedon Dick that was in net for the Paper Kings, and it is. They haven't gone back to Galton, as Dick has been superb in the game time that he has gotten so far tonight, allowing just the 1 goal on that 5-on-3 chance in the 2nd period.
He faced 26 shots alone in that 2nd period.
And he came in around, what, the
2:40-minute mark. So
yeah.
Not sure how many shots he faced in that period, but he's made at least 25 saves in the time he's been in goal, as he holds on to another one here just 31 seconds into the line. And talking about how much time, it's going to be interesting to see how Peter Goulet uses his players in this 3rd period, especially Chase Thompson, who's been the center of attention tonight.
And that was a big wind up and a miss on that play. I mean, Jack Kelly was trying to hit a home run there as he swung at that puck. And the puck is sent down the ice. Speaking of baseball, the Frontline Podcast introducing the 3-2 count, a new podcast that myself and Courtney Kenny host, getting you geared up as there's a chance right in front of the net, batting away at that puck.
And I don't know how Flajo had enough awareness to come back to his left to make that pad save on that wraparound.
But he did, and it's sent down the ice, and icing will be called. And just to finish that off, first 2 episodes have been aired. You can download those now wherever you get your favorite podcast. Just subscribe to the Frontline, and you will get both the weekly podcast of the Frontline, which is the hockey podcast, plus the 3-2 count, which is the baseball podcast. And Derek has something in the works for all you golf fans as well.
Hopefully be dropping in the near future as we take a look at golf in and around the local community of the North Bay area.
And that's something that I'm not sure a lot of folks know about, but there is, if you are a golfer, there is a bountiful amount of courses you can play at, in even going out to about, within an hour to 2 hours of the North Bay area. You've got definitely a selection to choose from on any given weekend once that snow melts.
Yeah, I can't wait.
2 minutes into the 3rd period, Powassan leads 6-1. Coming down the ice, there's a chance, driving on net, save made, rebound chance, and it's denied as well. The goaltender just makes himself look so big in net there, stopping both those opportunities. And like you said earlier in the game, he's been the number one guy, solidified his spot as the number one guy for Espanola this season, putting up some good numbers. Oh, and there's a hard hit in the corner. Fullerton gets back up, and he appears to be okay. Now Moore chasing it down the ice, trying to get a breakaway, but a good play by, I believe that was Romalo, to break that play up, as Moore never got a shot away. Shot in from behind the blue line. Carried through and dumped down. Ricci with it now. And what do you think the talking point was from the coaching staffs of both teams in that intermission, as that one is sent down for an icing, but Kelly beats out the call. Got a lucky hometown bounce off the corner there. It comes out to the neutral zone, and now the Paper Kings on the counterattack coming in. Centering, but that one's turned aside. And now a 3-on-1 for the Voodoos the other way. Shields to Little, back to Shields. Doesn't get a shot off, as Lines does a great job to tie him up, but he inadvertently sends him into Creedon Dick, and that caused a bit of a scuffle after the play ended.
So if I had anything to hope that the coaches discussed during the intermission was stick to playing hockey. Playoffs begin next week. Espanola starts their series against the Sudbury Cubs on Thursday in Sudbury, with the Voodoos making the trip up to Hearst to play the Lumberjacks starting on Saturday. And it's just that. This 20 minutes doesn't mean anything in your season. Stick to playing hockey. Stay away from that unnecessary roughness, and let's just get through 20 minutes without many injuries.
Layback underway. 16:10 to go in the third period. Espanola with control in the middle. Signoretti's shot is blocked and then can't get the follow-up. Moore, who has logged quite a lot of ice time in the later stages of this game, dumps it down the ice.
And deserving so. He's looked like he's been with this Powassan Voodoos team all season, although this is only his 5th game with the squad.
Both him and Rotundo are the AP call-ups for the Voodoos tonight, and as they put the puck down, I don't know what the call was there.
Offside.
Offside, okay.
Saying the Paper Kings player never tagged up, and the faceoff's going to come all the way down the zone, as the linesman, Corey Claremont, was screaming at the top of his lungs saying that they were offside, but nobody giving him any attention. So the faceoff will come down to the left-hand side of goaltender Dick.
Well, he might have been screaming. I clearly wasn't listening to what he had to say, so out to the neutral zone. Signoretti coming in. The shot goes wide of the net. Off the board. Service with it now. Racing through. He gets taken down coming over the blue line. Oh, boy. Here we go. 15 minutes remaining. It's a 5-goal game. And we're starting to see some tight checking plays on both ends of the ice. Signoretti tries to feed it down low. That one's picked off by the Voodoos. They can't clear, though. Romalo, the captain, in the far side corner, plays it back up high. Shot comes in. That is blocked in front. Rebound out to the blue line as Horgan takes a shot that goes wide. Now Signoretti with it behind the net. Finds Horgan again. The shot is stopped by Flageau. That will be his 25th save of the game. As Espanola continue to attack here, the pass to the middle is blocked by Smetham, and he sends it down the ice for Shields, who gets up to the line and pokes it ahead and dumps it in. That line will change after surviving an attack by the Paper Kings.
Just of note, in this first 6 minutes, Chase Thompson and Caden Long have not been on the ice for the Voodoos in this third period.
That one is sent towards Flageau, and he plays it down. Yes, Chase Thompson got involved in a fight, although he never dropped the gloves, but he was taken off the ice immediately after that. And Caden Long took a hit and it looked like the trainer was looking at his shoulder area, and that's been an area of concern certainly for Caden Long over the last couple of weeks of the season. Now Gazic coming in on the left side, takes a shot. That one is stopped by the goaltender Dick, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Sent to the far side. Chasing it down the ice is Leotino. And Leotino's got 13 minutes left to see if he can get goal number 10 on the season. He would be the 13th such member of the 10-goal club, or 10-goal plus club of this Voodoos team. Caden Long joined that list earlier tonight. Puck sent back into the Paper King zone. They bring it forward. Lush deflects it in over the blue line. It's stopped by Fullerton, and he'll dump it in. And now you can really see both teams are really kind of just going through the motions here. It looked like it was going to get rough a couple of minutes ago, but that has subsided as teams are giving each other some space and just playing with the loose puck. Horgan comes in, takes his shot, and that is stopped by Flageau, his 28th save of the game. 6-1 the score, Powassan, 12:24 to go in the third. They are leading 47-29 in shots.
And just really liked how this third period has started to develop. A lot more pace and speed. Players are finishing their check, getting ready for playoff hockey. They're not carrying on with that pass to whistle, just playing from whistle to whistle, and that's the way you want to see the hockey played.
Play inside the Voodoos zone as Espanola has the puck. Lush towards the net, diving, gets it to the right side, the shot scores. Horgan with the goal as Flageau, who has been almost perfect this entire game, was just taken out of the play a little bit. Looked like one of the players may have fallen on top of Flageau, but Lush is going to skate to his bench under his own weight, although doubled over a bit. Flageau shaking out the legs as well. He nods to the officials saying he's okay, but with that and 12 minutes to go, it's down to a 4-goal lead. It's 6-2. And Derek, we've seen games like this throughout the course of the season, especially in this rink where leads can evaporate in the blink of an eye.
And that's the thing with junior hockey, is you're not going to know what you get from shift to shift, especially with teenagers and the way things are carrying on. But that last opportunity, Horgan with his second of the evening, 16 now on the season, and really Flageau with no help there, or that was kind of out of his way as he was being basically sat on the far side of the crease as Horgan put that underneath a diving Flageau as he was forced to go head first across that crease area.
That's the first time since the first period that the Voodoos have really given up a lot of room inside the defensive zone. Remember, the Espanola Paper Kings probably had 7 or 8 quality chances in the first period because of the Voodoos giving them the space to work with. But that really didn't happen over the course of the second period, did it?
No, the second period, Espanola seemed to start carrying the play a little bit, but then got into penalty trouble midway through that period.
But now we'll see if they can keep the momentum going as Sagan has it at the line. Fans on the shot. Gets it back off the hit from Lemke, but on that hit, Lemke is able to block the puck, and it goes off his body and cleared out the zone. Shot right back in. Gazic will play it off the glass. Gazic pressured down low, and Espanola is trying to force the Voodoos to try and make some mistakes in the defensive zone, but the Voodoos clear it down the ice to Lemke, and it goes off his stick right towards Dick for the stoppage in play. 10:36 to go in the third period.
Espanola looking a little feisty there on the forechecking, sending 3 guys in deep, trying to create an opportunity, maybe a turnover to get another goal here and cut into this 4-goal lead.
And that's what worked in the first. It was those turnovers below the blue line that, again, Espanola just could not capitalize on. And that's really what you're going to have to look back on if you're the Paper Kings to see why you entered the third period down by 5 goals.
Exactly, just unable to capitalize on some of those turnovers, especially deep in front of the goaltender Flageau in that first period, making 5 high-quality saves as Christopoulos again having words with the Voodoos player right in front of the goaltending area. Almost midway through this period, still 10:07 left here in the third period, but the Paper Kings have answered with a goal here to cut the lead to 4, but they still have quite a bit of ways to go if they want to get back on level ground.
The Voodoos haven't had recorded a shot on that in quite some time, still at 47. They clear it down the ice. Christopoulos over to Romallo. Up the ice to Horgan. Dumps it right towards Flageau, and he plays it off to Moore. To the far side to Liatino. He backhands it out of the zone. It'll be chased down the ice by Horgan, and icing will be called against the Voodoos. 9:41 to play.
Almost looks like the Voodoos sitting back, playing a little bit of a trap, playing a 1-1-3, setting up 3 defenders across the blue line, forcing the Paper Kings to dump it in. And the Paper Kings have been doing an excellent job with that forecheck, creating some opportunities. Voodoos trying to find a way to shut this down here.
In behind the Voodoos net. Liatino up to the far side, dumps it in. Moore finds it, trying to create something, but too many Paper Kings in the area. Horgan off the backhand, dumps it in towards Romallo. And something we haven't mentioned is the Paper Kings, I believe, have been playing shorthanded all night. I think they've only got 13 players dressed in tonight's game, unless I'm miscounting. They've got
There's 13 now, 14 started. McDonald has left this game, so they started with 14, currently down to 13.
That's quite a few bodies not to have out there.
Well, when you can dress 19 players, it's quite kind of going a little on the short side.
All right, we'll take a break. Halfway through the third, 6-2 Powassan.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni First. Get information on special events and news or access to the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
And we're back, and we'll have after the game, coming up right after the game, Dave's Automotive 3 Stars of Service.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
You got to think Ken and Flageau got to be running for one of those 3 stars, along with Caden Long for the 3 stars of service. Flageau making 29 saves so far here with just under 8.5 minutes left in this second period.
Yeah, maybe Caden Long as well.
Even though he hasn't played in this third period at any time.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't even tell. I don't think I see even the 2 of them on the bench. Not sure if that's injury related or just giving him a rest here with 20 minutes left to play.
Yeah, the Voodoos have 6 different goal scorers in tonight's game, but some of them have goals and assists to show for their efforts tonight. So, like I said, Flageau at 29 saves to this point will probably earn a star.
And I'm okay.
I don't know, are there any Montreal Canadiens prospects on the ice tonight? Maybe they will get a star too.
Nope, not that I can tell. Maybe Montreal Canadian fans. We got one right here beside us. Ben Long doing an excellent job again, producing the show as always. He's been a stable on the front line broadcast, no matter where we are, whether it be here at the Gardens following the Voodoos, the Battalion, or the U18 Trappers this season.
There's a shot, and Flageau nabs that one out of the air and hauls it down. 8:01 to play in the third period. 6-2 is the lead for the Powassan Voodoos.
I'm okay with Peter Goulet wanting to play that trap 1-1-3 system, something that it might ensure in the playoffs if they're looking to hold on to a lead late in the third period. This is the time to be trying it and trying to see if you can perfect it before those playoffs get underway next weekend.
Shot comes in, that one stopped, another chance, turned away, a third opportunity for the point, save made, rebound chance denied, as Flageau flashing the pads there and making sure that they do not cut this lead in half, at least in that sequence. The puck is still alive in the offensive zone. Coming towards the net, another chance, backhanded shot goes off the shoulder and high. Redirected to the near side boards, Lush keeps the puck in, dishes it off to Sagnaretti. He plays it over to Den Uden. Gets it to the left side boards. Pass in the middle is blocked. They tried to get to lines, and now there's a battle in the corner. They get the puck back, but it skips off a stick. Controlled by Kelly and sent down the ice. What a series of saves for Cannon Flageau.
And Flageau, it's really still hasn't been decided who's going to be the starting goaltender for Peter Goulet in the playoffs, as they split almost the whole year. Dan Duraclo and Cannon Flageau right down the middle. 26 games for Duraclo, 34 now for Flageau. Almost identical records, so it'll be interesting to see who Peter Goulet elects to start next weekend as the series opens up Saturday up in Hearst.
Almost identical records and almost identical numbers. A 2.76 goals against average for Duraclo, 2.71 goals against average for Flageau. And when it comes to save percentage, Duraclo finishes the year with a .919 save percentage. Flageau came into this game with a .912 save percentage. It's so, that's...
But after a game like this is going to be the last thing that Peter Goulet has seen out of his goaltending.
So some recency bias.
Might be an edge for Flageau to get that nod in that first game.
And a lot of the time, Peter Goulet has really just gone with the hot hand. Who's been the best lately? So I think a lot of what you just said holds a lot of weight there. 6:30 to play in the third period. Pass across the line, comes to the right side. Back to the far side, and hard pass down the ice as Lemke gets a piece of it on that dump in.
Well, at least one person's seen him get a piece of it.
Now Horkin coming down the ice, in behind the net. Stops in the corner, flips it back along the end boards, behind the net. Shifted off the back of the net and picked up by O'Brien. He gets it up to the blue line to Smetham, and he will chip it down the boards. Yeah, again, back to the goaltenders. I also don't think it's a bad idea to not even have a number one guy when both of them have played this well throughout the season. Maybe you just look at the lineup and look at the numbers. Now Signoretti coming in. There's a shot. That stopped. Christopoulos to the point. Romalo shot in and off the glove of Flageau and behind the net.
And it's almost like having two quality starters.
Another chance, and Flageau makes the save there. His 36th of the game, and the Voodoos still haven't had a shot, I believe, since about the 15-minute mark of this period.
I don't even think they've tried to get a puck into the offensive zone. Everything's been dump-ins and sitting back in a trap. But just getting back to the goaltending, it's almost like having two quality starters, a righty and the lefty, in for your baseball team. Here you got two quality goaltenders, one right, one left-hand catch. So who knows how they match up against the opposing team.
And you also got to weigh the scales on how both these guys performed specifically against Hearst in the season. Patrick with it on the far side. Gets it along the boards, out to the neutral zone. Well, if anybody coming to this game tonight thought they were going to get a boring regular season finale, those thoughts were quickly washed away in the first period. Certainly has settled into... There's another shot coming in and a save made by Flageau. Certainly has settled into just a bit of a free-flowing affair here in the third period. But again, with Powassan up by 5 going into this third period, both benches shortened a little bit by personnel. This third period, certainly if tempers weren't going to flare up again, you kind of had to expect that this was the way it was going to go.
Yeah, and things that calm down here with the Voodoos trying just to close this out and work on some defensive structures.
4:12 to go. 6-2 lead for Powassan. Puck along the near side boards. Powassan get it out. That's O'Brien through the neutral zone. Dumps it right towards the goaltender. And they're going to count that as a shot. I said I think that's the first shot on net since about the 15-minute mark of this period. Romalo coming in. Takes a shot. Blocked in front. Ricci getting in the way of that one. And now O'Brien down the ice. To the left side, Lemke. Lemke staves off a hit from Lines, but loses the puck to Signoretti. And those players will skate away from each other and head to their benches. Espanola sends it down the ice. Icing waved off. Now in behind the net. Little down the right side. Up to Smetham, coming in over the blue line, takes the shot, and the glove save is made.
So just going back over the 4 games they had, the Powassan Voodoos with the Hearst Lumberjacks. Flageau started 3 of those games with a 2-1 record, and in the game that Duracolo started, he got pulled after giving up 4 goals as Flageau came in relief and made 6 saves on 6 shots, so not giving up a goal in that game. So Flageau carrying the majority of the weight for the Powassan Voodoos against the Hearst Lumberjacks this year, so we'll have to wait and see. Still, that doesn't mean anything starting a series up in Hearst next Saturday.
There's a fancy-looking save there by Greed and Dick. Shot coming in off the face-off from Sturge with a lot of traffic in front. I'm surprised he saw that one.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you have that feel and you're looking for a puck in a specific area and it just happens to be going there. And Dick, you getting lucky there, finding that puck.
That puck is flipped up over the glass and out of play as we come down to the final 3 minutes of the third period.
What a season it has been for the Powassan Voodoos. Like we said early on, going through many different spells where they'd go on long winning streaks with some long losing streaks, but not as long as this 5-game losing streak. But it looks to come to a conclusion tonight as they will finish the season with a 37-21 record, 75 points on the season, good for 3rd in the Eastern Conference, and that would have had them 6th overall in the NOJHL, as a penalty will go to the Espanola Paper Kings as they get a delay of game called for that puck going over. Is still a little bit of confusion at the bench.
Oh, no, they're getting a 10-minute misconduct.
A 10-minute misconduct, so no penalty, no power play. It's just going to be a 10-minute misconduct going against number 16, Signoretti of the Espanola Paper Kings.
Well, 2:51 to go. And it's not a power play opportunity. Signoretti's just been given the misconduct, and his night ends a little early. Voodoos up to 50 shots on net. And, you know, I don't think I've done a game this season where the Voodoos haven't gone at least close to 40 shots.
I know the last time I was here with you, Matt, we were at 50 shots also.
Yeah.
Or I think they had 50 shots against.
Yeah, well, the fact that most of the game here at the Sportsplex on any given night is played in either zone, you're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, another good save there by Flageau, taking away that upper corner with his shoulder as it goes out of play, making more of a reason why he should be the starter for the playoffs. But with the blue line in closer than what we're used to at the Memorial Gardens, the defense can get in closer and get much more quality shots than they do from distance.
A lot of stuff gets through, including that shot there by Romalo, but it's a pad save made. Now another chance in front of the net. Save made, rebound, and it's in under Flageau, and the lead is cut in half with 2 minutes to play. It's 6-3.
Looks like it's Christopoulos going to get credit with the goal. That's going to be his 12th of the season as Flageau not happy with what occurred in that blue paint area as he felt he was obstructed with and not allowed to get on top of that puck. And Christopoulos having some words with the players that are not dressed in behind the goal area down in the corner. But it's 6-3 here with just under 2 minutes to go in this game.
So the puck came from the blue line, off his pad behind the net, came back out in front, went off the crossbar, back in front of him, and then finally slid underneath him. And those are the kinds of things that the Voodoos are going to want to see cleaned up. Again, we talked about in the first period, they gave up quite a few odd man rushes. They gave up a lot of area in the offensive zone, and Flageau came up with some huge saves early on and allowed the Powassan Voodoos to build quite a lead. But since the end of the first period, the Paper Kings have outscored them 2-1.
And the key is that after that 5-1 lead, especially here in the third, Powassan Voodoos kind of sitting back, trying to play a defensive structure to shut this game down.
Flageau behind the net, dishes it off to the right side, out to the neutral zone. Paper Kings bring it back down in their own end and played forward. Lines tries to get it up ahead. That's blocked. Patrick will get it out of the zone.
If you're looking at shots alone in this third period, 18-8 are the shots for the Paper Kings as they've been mostly spending a lot of the time in the Voodoo zone.
Voodoos have more than I thought they did with 8. 30 seconds to go. It's a 6-3 lead. And the Powassan Voodoos. There's another save by Flageau. Den Odin fires it wide of the net. Peters Davey gets knocked in the boards. And the puck is sent down the ice. With 10 seconds remaining, they will call it icing.
And icing with 13.6 seconds left. I know a goaltender like ourselves in men's league would have came out and played that. We want to get to the dressing room fast. You're not going to come back from a 3-goal deficit with 13 seconds left. Why not come out and play that? Just let the clock run out.
Get to the locker room, get to the wings, right?
That's right.
Sent down the ice, chased by Romalo, and that is going to do it. The Powassan Voodoos snap their 5-game losing streak with an emphatic 6-3 win over the Espanola Paper Kings to end the regular season. And they will head into the postseason on a winning note as they take it 6-3.
Yeah, the Powassan Voodoos sitting back a little bit in that third period, allowing the Paper Kings to get a little bit more offensive creative, capitalizing, getting 2 goals, and they'll finish with a 6-3 lead here as the Powassan Voodoos will end the regular season on the winning side.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
So we'll get to your 3 stars once they are announced, and that will be coming up shortly. And nice to see you. I was going to say nice to see a handshake between Peter Goulet and Marc Garneau, but they didn't shake hands.
That's because that's not Mark anyways. That is.
Oh, okay.
That is the head coach, Jason Rabzitsks.
Yeah, so I thought, but clearly an exchange of words there.
but we'll wait.
It looks like pronunciation is Rapsowitz.
There you go.
There we go. Thanks, Mr. Producer Ben Long. And always thank you to our ever-popular camera guy, Mike Brown, even though it wasn't his birthday today. That's why they won. We said never again if they lose after last night. I wonder if Mike Brown or Mike the camera guy got any attention from our social media.
And there's the handshake we were looking for, and he's presenting him with a game puck, I guess.
Not sure what the occasion was. As the regular season draws to an end, the Espanola Paper Kings will open up the playoffs Thursday in Sudbury as they will take on the Greater Sudbury Cubs in the first round of the Western Conference semifinals. And meanwhile, the Powassan Voodoos will be up in Hearst taking on the Lumberjacks for games 1 and 2 on Saturday and Sunday next week. Their next home game will be Tuesday, March 28th, as they will play Game 3 versus the Hearst Lumberjacks.
Number 28, Reese Miller.
First star with 2 goals, third star.
And the first star from your
Hang on, we'll get them for you in just a second.
Third star was from the Espanola Paper Kings. Spencer Horgan recorded 2 goals tonight in a losing cause for the Paper Kings. Second star went to Reese Smitham of the Powassan Voodoos, recording 1 goal and an assist. And first star honors went to Carson Ricci, who opened up the scoring tonight for the Powassan Voodoos, picking up 1 goal in the winning cause along with 1 assist. So an exciting night for the Powassan Voodoos. Again, 3 stars. Carson Ricci, first star. Second star went to Reese Smetham, and third star honors to Spencer Horgan. Well, Matt, an exciting season is now complete here in the NOJHL. Been an exciting season here for the Frontline on their first year covering some Powassan Voodoos hockey.
Yeah, and we are certainly not done. We will carry the postseason for you right here on the Frontline as well as on Hockey TV. And tune in this week to the Frontline podcast, where I believe Courtney Kenny is going to host a roundtable that will wrap up the NOJHL, and I believe head coach Peter Goulet is going to be a guest on that roundtable, so it will definitely encompass the NOJHL as a whole, but certainly have some content for you for your Powassan Voodoos. So again, subscribe today to the Frontline podcast, and you will get that episode downloaded automatically when it drops on release day, wherever you get your favorite podcast. So it's been a great season. So happy to be bringing you these games, and can't wait for the postseason to begin. We will have Game 3 of that series here for you between Powassan and Hearst, live from the Powassan Sportsplex on Tuesday, March 28th. Until then, for Mike Brown and Ben Long and Derek Lindemann, as well as for Courtney Kenny, who is not here tonight, I want to thank you for joining us all season long. Postseason coming up soon, right here on the Frontline, presented by Average Joe's. Have a great night.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca